Welcome to another episode of Golden Nuggets Tea and Tales Season 1, powered by Husby, served by Ali Saleh. Now, Ali, you have recently branched out on your own, taken the plunge many brokers aspire to take one day, which is of setting up your own brokerage.
Yep.
Tell us, spill the tea, tell us the tale. How did you do that?
Well,
why did you do
it's
that?
not a recent thing either, to be completely
it's
fair.
been in the
a lot of people don't actually
pipeline
know,
for a while.
but I resigned in May from my previous employer.
And we're now in October.
5 months. That's 5 months I've been working on this just in the background. Nobody knew about it at all. I'd never said anything. Even speaking to you, I never told you up until fight night the other week. But yeah, so it's just been something I've been working on. Honestly, it's been the biggest goal of my life from the moment I got into the real estate field. I've always just wanted to have my own thing. I've always just aspired and looked up to every single director, every single managing director or partner that I've ever worked with alongside. I've always looked at them as role models. I've always looked at them as people that I aspire to be. And yeah, it's fucking surreal. It really is surreal that I'm now ticking off the biggest list that I've ever had.
Setting up your own brokerage.
The biggest goal off my list that I've ever had. Setting up my own brokerage. So,
what do you think stops most people from doing it?
Fear. Fear and being told that they shouldn't by either people that they work with, maybe family holding them back, maybe financial reasons. There are a number of reasons why I didn't do this earlier. I was never fortunate enough or in a position to be able to do this back home. The truth of the matter is, if I was, I probably wouldn't be here. So I'm grateful that I wasn't.
Why? Is that because it costs so much more back home, or?
No, just financially wasn't in a position to be able to, like I was doing well, but financially there's a lot of overheads.
Yeah.
It's not as commission-based as it is back home in Australia as it is over here.
Yeah.
So a lot of agents don't have the balls to go on commission only. So they're on a thing called debit credit, which is where they're on a weekly salary. They get paid weekly, but then they have a monthly target that they need to hit, and they need to hit that in order for them to earn any commission. So they're paying back to the company first, and then. But I've just always been on commission only, so it's just, to me, it wasn't a very big surprise coming here and a big shock. But I think a lot of people don't do it because they're scared or they're worried or. I don't
Stepping
know.
out their comfort zone. Yeah,
it really is, because then everything you're essentially doing is for yourself. There's a lot of people have asked me, why the fuck am I doing it? But it's just, honestly, it's always been something that I wanted to do. I feel like I'm very knowledgeable within my field. I don't ever feel like I know everything or know too much.
Yeah.
I'm always still trying to learn. Now opening up my own thing, I don't know how to actually run a company.
Yeah.
I didn't know how to set up the company.
And people actually think like being a good broker means you'll be a good brokerage owner. It's not necessarily the case, because
not the case at all.
And I know you're early days, but you'll soon realize it's got nothing to do with brokerage. It's all about people.
Yeah.
Your people. And I remember
100%.
when I first stepped into management, my director at the time, he was like, your biggest problem is only ever going to be your staff.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, what's he talking about? No, it's going to be, targets and this and that. And it was always my people.
Yeah. There you go. There you go. So I'm 100% aware of that. That's literally...
You're ready for that.
Yeah, and I am. I genuinely am. And I'm pulling back from a lot of the selling the moment that we launch. And that's why I'm trying to pump out as many sales as I can now. I'm actually on track to have my biggest month leading into the launch. So I'm fucking super pumped. I've been working extremely hard. Alhamdulillah, things are really, really well.
Alhamdulillah.
And moving in the right direction. But I'm ready for it. I'm super ready for it. I'm so pumped. I'm super excited. And honestly, and I don't just say this because I want to say it, it is going to be the biggest real estate brokerage in Dubai. Not in terms of size, but in terms of the place that any broker that is here in Dubai, any broker there is going to have every single bit of resource to earn as much as they possibly can, to work as hard as they possibly can. But also, it's more so to allow them to work smarter. There's a lot of exciting things I can't really mention right now because it will go out. But things will be announced soon.
Okay.
Of the benefits of every single broker to actually work within our corporation. What's going to be offered to them? We have extremely flexible. I wouldn't even say flexible. I'd say one of the most competitive commission structures for any broker to be able to earn. In terms of CRM, we've rebuilt a full CRM from the ground up. So a custom-made CRM system, which pulls data, which uses AI. There's a lot of exciting shit. It's a platform to be able to make every single broker's life a lot easier. It literally plans their day for them. It tells you who to call, when to call, how to call. You need a specific property, it is there. Everything is fucking there. We've thought of everything. That is all I'm going to say about my CRM system, because can't say too much more about it.
Fine. But what would you, like, someone's listening to this, what would your advice be if they were thinking, oh, one day I want to own my own brokerage? Is it something, I mean, I know it's early days yet, but what would your advice be to them?
Fucking do it. What's the worst that's going to happen?
You lose a bunch of money.
A couple 100,000 dirhams is not going to kill you. It could, but like, he could fucking kill you, but it could send you back home. But I don't know. To me, you got to take risks in life.
Yeah.
And the biggest risk takers are the most successful people in this world.
True.
So if you don't take the risk, you'll never, ever know. And that was my thing when moving to Dubai. It was the biggest risk I've ever made in my life. Like I said, I was actually earning good money back home. I was working at a good place. I was earning good money. I had a very, very strong team that was working with me.
Number one in your city.
Literally. So like there was no reason to leave. People thought I was crazy for leaving. But it was just, I wasn't content and I wanted more. And then, I was content here. And then I was like, fuck it, I want more. Had a couple good months, pissed off the previous brokerage I was working with, and here we are, setting up our own. And
with one of the guys that you actually first started working with.
Yeah. Big Michael Byrne, the big Paddy. No, he's a good guy. He's a very, very good guy. Don't trust anyone else in Dubai but this man. So our visions are extremely aligned. We see the future in this exact same way. He understands where his part is in the company. He knows where my part is. We have a very clear understanding, and it just fucking works. It flows really well.
You wouldn't advise to do it alone?
If you have the fucking money and you want to do it alone, do it. But I honestly, I probably could have set up alone, but it would have probably ran me through the ground.
Right. So partner up.
My partner has set up a company before. My partner actually currently has a real estate brokerage. So
you joined forces, right?
We joined forces, but he's shutting down that agency, and we've literally just starting from absolute scratch.
Okay.
So he has that experience. So, and then all the costs are split 50-50, well, depending on the agreement. But yeah, everything's split 50-50 right down the middle. Why I couldn't also do it back home is, like I said, overheads.
Yeah.
Like, so, you have brokers on 4,000 dirhams a week. You know what I mean? You have admin who's on 3,000 dirhams a week. You know what I mean? So it's like all these overheads, then you have rent, you have this, you have that.
What's the one overhead that you were like, what? That caught you off guard?
In Australia?
Here or there?
Probably an office manager, 150,000 Australian dollars a year, which is like 330,000 dirhams a year to have somebody who is trying to mimic what I do, but not me. Like, honestly, like to take that kind of role away from so I can continue to sell. But that, and then obviously like, trust accounting and all that, that stuff isn't cheap. You got to look, they pay those people about 150 to 200,000 Australian a year as well. So that was that. But over here, like, overheads aren't as high. Your monthly outgoings aren't quite as high. But like I said, if you split it 50-50, it's not too bad.
Yeah.
Funny story, actually. Whilst getting the company set up, we got approval on everything. We had the location approved, everything. We'd signed the lease for our shop front. And then about a month went by, and we still haven't had the lease signed back from the owner.
Right. Oops.
This was like 3 months ago, and we're like, the fuck's going on? Like, we've just paid for the fit out. like,
and you haven't got a signed agreement.
We haven't had the signed agreement, and we were just under pressure. Yeah, it's signed, it's approved. We had it for 5 years, blah blah blah. And we're calling up. We're like, what's going on? Why isn't he signed? Oh, we'll get back to you. And I was like, what the fuck's going on? We found the owner's details. We gave him a call. Turns out he was trying to sell it.
Right.
So we're like, fuck, do we buy it? Is it smart to buy right now with all these costs coming? So then we're like, all right, let's look at a different spot. Let's look at a different shop. couldn't find anything. We just looked at it, we're like, fuck it, we're buying it. So we actually bought the place.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, we bought the shop that
I don't think you can go wrong with commercial, quite honestly.
No. I know that for what we've purchased it for, we've already made close to 1 million dirhams. And after the fit out, it will increase by another million to 1.2 to 1.5 million dirhams on top of that. So we've done well. I'm not worried about that for a second. We've overspent. I'm not going to lie. We had budgeted for about 150 to 200,000 dirhams each. Yeah, we've probably close to triple that.
Right. Okay, so fit out costs way more.
We just didn't realise that there was so much more to it. We just thought, okay, fit out furniture. That was it. Fit out
everything.
Fire, because it was shell and core. We had fire, aircon, waterproofing, plumbing. All that's not included in the fit out. Joinery wasn't even included in the fit out, so we had to do the joinery on top of that. You have your and then everything added is an extra. Like, it was just crazy. And we did not realize it was going to come to this. And then now we're looking at, obviously, CCTV. We're looking at security systems. We're looking at everything. And that's just an extra cost. But we're so close now. We are so clse. I mean, and as we're approaching the finish line now, so we're extremely close. I'm so pumped, though. Extremely,
I can
extremely
see the
pumped.
energy.
And honestly, I've never felt more confident in doing anything ever in my life. And the fact that I have a business partner that is in the exact same wavelength as me, that we can depend on and bounce off each other, and it helps a lot. It really helps a lot. So,
wish you all the best. I'm sure you're going to smash it. Any last golden nuggets for anyone thinking of opening their own?
Golden nuggets. All right. What I would say is there's going to be a lot of negative people. There always are. There's always going to be people that try and turn you away from it and talk you out of it.
Naysayers.
100%. And if this is something that you genuinely want to do, or if it's a goal of yours that you want to achieve, fucking do it. Don't let anybody try and talk you out of it. I was being told by a certain somebody that I used to work for.
Oh, wait, it sounds a bit tea.
Oh.
Sounds a bit tea. Should I just pour you some? Yeah?
Yeah. This is the tea. This is tea. Yeah, I was told by a certain somebody that what I'm doing is a huge mistake and I will not survive because the market's changing. And I just said, well, I've earned X amount over the last couple of months. How is the market turning? And he just turned around and said, oh, you're better off staying here because there's less overhead and you earn well here. So why would you leave? I said, well, it's not what I want. I want to open up my own. He said, well, if I could go back in time and if I didn't open up, I definitely wouldn't be opening up right now. Anyways, that aside, there's going to be a lot of people like that. There wasn't only one of those people. So stick to the fucking plan, write it out, believe in yourself, and have a fucking clear vision and goal of what you want to achieve, and fucking work to that every single day, and you will achieve it.
There you go.
Prove those fucking haters wrong.
Mr. Motivator.
That's me. Motivational speaker, part-time real estate broker.
All right, share this episode with someone who you think needs to hear it.